What's going on, guys? I wanted to take a quick moment to talk on a subject that keeps kind of popping up, one in my coaching calls, as well as in the Telegram group, which, by the way, if you're not in the Telegram group, go ahead and pop in there. It's 100% free. It's a lot of back and forth exchanging, giving advice, tips, and tricks, and obviously some Q&A. But anyways, the question that kind of keeps popping up is, hey, man, I'm out in the field. I'm doing X, Y, Z on a door-to-door basis, like knocking doors, trying to generate gutter cleaning leads or pressure washing leads, window cleaning leads. It doesn't really matter. Some type of exterior cleaning. And what they're saying is that I'm knocking these doors. I'm saying the things you're telling me to say. I'm just not having success. I always do additional probing questions to try to gather as much information as possible before I provide a recommendation, right? It kind of goes back to the problem solution transition method, which is identify the problem that they're having inside of their sales mechanism, provide an adequate solution that is tailored for their problem, and then I move the conversation forward, right? So I'm using sales tactics that I teach you guys using the field on you guys as we have these conversations as well. But anyways, through my probing questions, what I'm identifying is that these guys are just not knocking enough doors in a given day. If you're knocking, nothing against you, my man, I'm not going to say your name, but if you're knocking 150 total doors in the last 5 months, that activity level is very, very low, right? You need to be able to increase your activity. You should be able to knock 150, 200 doors per week, which is really still not a tall task. And my guys that are in the 100% door-to-door sales basis world, I mean, some of these cats are knocking 100 doors in a day. Again, quantity. You have to increase the quantity, right? Just because you have the absolute best sales pitch, and I'm not saying that the one that I use is the best, but the one I'm using definitely has proven success. You have to be doing it enough, right? So if you knock 30 doors in a day, well, 30 people are not going to answer the door. 30 doors will probably give you somewhere in the range of 8 to 15 people answering. And that's also contingent upon the time of day that you're knocking. So 8 to 15 people answering. Well, of those 8 to 15 people that answer, you got to be in a position to capture 2 or 3 or 4 of those if you can. That'd be a good day. If you're having 8, let's just do simple math. 30 doors, 10 people answer. If you can close 2 or 3 of those at a 20 to 30% conversion rate, I don't think you're going to be too mad, right? If your average sale for a gutter cleaning is 150, $200, that's 300 to 400 to $600 in one day of knocking. And honestly, knocking 30 doors shouldn't be an all day event. 30 doors you can probably get done in, I don't know, just 2 or 3 hours, honestly. And if you're having conversations, it might drag on a little bit. The point I'm trying to get to is this: if you're not knocking enough, then it's hard to really analyze if you're doing good or not. If you're not, what if you're just not talking to enough people? What if you're knocking at the wrong time of the day? There's things that you have to look at when you analyze data. You don't look at one subset, right? This is the problem that a lot of guys have, like in the dating space. If for me to get off subject here, right? So what happens with most guys is they will go and talk to one girl. They'll muster up the courage to ask that one girl out. Maybe ask out one girl a month, right? You take all this courage to ask the one girl, and when she says no, you go, man, I'm not any good. I'm not worthy, and you lose all your confidence. You just got to take more swings. The guys that usually get the most girls are the guys that probably talk to the most girls. They're not taking one swing a month. They're probably taking 20 or 30 swings a month. They land on 2 or 3, and then they look like a super stud because they got 2 or 3 girls. Where you're taking one stab and you don't get it. And the same thing applies in the door-to-door space, right? If you're not knocking enough doors, you cannot really make a true assessment of yourself because your quantity is too low. So I really think you need to be in that 20 to 30 doors per day. And then don't look at one day. Look at a week, or even better, look at like a 2-week period or a full month period, because you're going to have a larger subset of data to analyze and say, over the course of a month, I knocked on 600 doors. I had a conversation with 50 people, and of the 50, I got 8 sales. And then you can start doing your conversions and go, oh, well, what can I do to make the 50 conversations go from 50 to 70? Well, how do I get in front of 20 more people that actually answer the door? Is it the time of day that I'm knocking? Am I knocking in the wrong neighborhoods? Right? There's all the things you start to look at. Then you go, well, I made the 8 sales. How do I get the 8 sales to 12? How do I get 4 more sales? Well, if I increase the number of people I talk to and just keep my same percentage of close rate, I'll probably get that. But what if I keep the amount of people I talk to the same and I want to get a little bit better? Oh, it's probably because I'm not closing good enough. Oh, it's probably because my opener is weak. Oh, I'm not getting the customer to break the auto response. There's a lot of different things that go into that, right? But when you come to me and say, hey, I've knocked 150 doors in 4 months, I'm not having success, I can't work with that because you hadn't even done the work enough to even see if you're doing good or not, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm on my but you get what I hope you guys get what I'm trying to say. You have to continue to do the thing. You get better at knocking doors by knocking doors. So the more you knock at them, the better you're going to get. And I think that academia is kind of confused us on this. Like, you learn in the classroom, you'll be good and you get out. It's not true. You do not get stronger by doing you do not get stronger by reading about push-ups. You get stronger by doing the push-ups. It's okay to read about the push-ups and then learn technique and then go implement it. And that's what we're doing, right? You're learning from me. You're learning from the gutter cleaning business toolkit, which has the door-to-door sales master course inside of it. But then you have to go execute. You have to go put in the work. You have to go knock enough doors over the course of a week, month period to really analyze whether or not you're having the success that you need to have. Door-to-door sales comes down to two things, and really sales in general. One half is skill related, and that's all the things I talk about in the door-to-door sales master course, which is inside of the toolkit. It's the things I talk about in these videos: good eye contact, body language, the way you stand, how you park your car, the clothes you wear, the things you say, the closes you do. All that's the skill, right? But the other part is the will, skill and will. And the will is the amount of effort that you're willing to put in, the action that you take. And what I'm hearing essentially is, hey, this stuff isn't working, and it's because I'm not putting in enough work on it, right? I'm only scoring 4 points a game in basketball, but I'm only taking 2 shots. Why am I not scoring more? Well, you got to take more shots in order to score more. I hope that makes sense. I hope it does, right? If you're not good at it right now, you weren't really good at walking when you were little. You fell down a lot, you stumbled, you hit your face, but you just kept walking. You just kept trying, kept trying, kept trying. And for a lot of you guys, at some point, you were able to walk no problem and even run and sprint. But you just got to keep doing it. Just keep practicing, keep knocking doors, keep going out there, keep honing in on your craft. And I promise you, you'll begin to have success. But there's no better feeling in the world than to know that almost on demand, you can go out, knock on X amount of doors, and that is a predictable amount of leads that will come from it. I know that if I go out and I knock 30 doors a day, I'm guaranteed to come back with one job. Absolute guaranteed for one job, but it probably will be somewhere in the range of 2 to 3 jobs. If you're thinking about it, well, my average sale price is 212. So if I can go out and do 2 jobs every single day, let's just round that up for easy math. That's $440 every single day on demand. Do that times 5. That's a little over $2,000, almost $2,500 in sales, and that's not even counting any leads that come from the website, Google My Business, direct mail, bandit signs, referrals, all these other channels of marketing. I can go and just do that strictly off of door knocking, because you get to the point where it's almost like a faucet. You can like, oh, well, it's time to go here. And some days you don't have anything going on at all. Well, I might be able to knock out 50, 60 doors in that day. And it'd be a much different day, right? And sometimes those doors will turn into bigger projects because they own a business and they need their business worked on as well, or they're a member at their church and they need the church cleaned, or they want a gutter guards, not a gutter cleaning, and a $200 job turned into a $2,000 job. Skill and will. I think that's what I'm trying to get to. There's skill, the things you learn and you acquire and you get better at, and then there's will. That's the quantity, the effort, the amount of things that you put into this. Because it doesn't matter how good you are at that one thing, if you don't do it enough, you're not going to be great. No matter how great Michael Jordan was, Kobe was, LeBron, whoever you think the greatest is, if they didn't play all those years, they wouldn't be considered the greatest. Anyways, man, if you like the video, you like what I'm posting, comment, subscribe, hook me up, hit the link below, get in the Telegram group, and if you're in the space, man, grab the gutter cleaning business toolkit. Absolutely beautiful. And just a quick little sneaky, probably going to be doing a live webinar in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned on that, guys. As always, keep them clean.